so important to this team and what we do on both ends of the floor. And when he went out with that second, and then Raleigh picked up his second, I just thought we got a little bit stagnant out there. But, you look at Bryce's, obviously what he's doing offensively, but his 10 rebounds, that's what makes me happy, and that's what gets me excited. As far as Burke, he's twisted it pretty good. So, we don't know exactly what it is yet. We'll reevaluate him in the morning. But, the early, diagnosis, it's a pretty good sprain.
What does that do for you, momentum? What kind of boost does that get when guys are hitting the deck for loose balls and making that hustle plays? How does that translate?
Yeah, it's huge. And, Sam made one even on the offensive end where the ball was going out of bounds, and he, did the Dennis Rodman layout, tap it back in bounds to keep the possession alive. And, those are huge. Not only were there turnovers in the first half, but they were pick six turnovers. And, when you can get a shot on the board, you can get your transition defense in order and get set up. And, we had one mix-up in transition, but, for the most part, I thought we did a solid job in the second half, and a big part of that was taking care of the basketball. And let me just go back to Burke for a minute. I mean, that was his best game in a Husker uniform. He's been great defensively for us, phenomenal. And you look from an analytics standpoint, he's as important as anybody defensively. But, a matter of time before he started hitting some shots, and I'm sick that, he may be out here for a little bit because of the way that he shot the basketball, 3 of 6, 15 points, continuing to rebound, battle in the post. So, we're playing the biggest front line, not great timing for us, biggest front line in the league with Queen and with Reese. In this next one, we may have to be ready to go a little big, with Andrew and with Braxton out there. These guys obviously are as talented as anybody, and they're playing great basketball right now. But, today was a huge win for us, this Ohio State team. I know we talked about it. They're hot. They won 4 or 5. Their only loss being at Illinois, where I think they're up 13 in the second half, and that includes a win at Purdue. So this is a huge win for our team, for our program, and we can't be satisfied. We got to keep building. We got to keep pushing, and got a big one coming up on Thursday.
How impressive is that from Jawan when you have kind of a disjointed game like that with the foul trouble that I think plus minus was plus 19 for him?
Yeah, and when he picked up his third pretty quick in the in the second half as well, and we had a decision to make, but he'd made a couple of really good plays for us, and we decided to roll with it. We gambled on it, and we're thankful he didn't end up picking up his fourth. We switched the matchup a little bit to get him off their driver, their aggressive player, because I knew they were going to go at him to try to draw his fourth, but yeah, he did a good job staying on the floor.
You mentioned the past 2 games just adjusting out of halftime and doing a lot better in certain areas. Just how important of a trait is that for winning teams that have to be able to settle at halftime, come out and be able to fix certain things?
Yeah, it's different things where you have to come out and throw the first punch, whether you're up, whatever it is, 5-10, or whether you're down 5 or 10, which are the last 2 games. I think we were 10 at Washington and 5 tonight, and you got to come out and be the aggressor in the second half because it can turn. In Wisconsin, it turned. We were down 12 at half, and that thing got up to 20. But in a matter of 3 or 4 possessions. So, just you got to come out, whatever it is. And if you're up double digits, you can't let a team come out and get back and get confident. We were still down 8. I think when Connor made that play and when Andrew made that big play as well, which started that, I think, 8-0 run for us. And then finally we got the lead. I think Bryce maybe hit a shot. Seamus. Sorry, Seamus. So anyway, it was a good response by our guys. There's no head hanging going on out there. And again, if we continue to go out there and fight, that's all you can ask of your guys. I mean, we had that losing streak. There were some games we played actually pretty well and we lost, and that'll happen in this league. So, right now we just got to keep this momentum. Crowd was absolutely phenomenal. So thankful to have, a fan base like we do that's there every game. Win or lose, they've continued to come, and they were a huge factor in that win today.
What's been the difference, especially in these past 4 games, just executing in the last 3 or 4 minutes that you've done?
Yeah, I mean, early on we had some games that were really tight that we ended up pulling away from. I know they weren't 1 or 2 possession games, but, I give our guys credit for their execution to pull away, at the end of some close games early in the season. And, Indiana was a close game down the stretch, but we pulled away and ended up winning, I think, 14. Oregon State was a tight one, and, we executed well down the stretch. But, yeah, I mean, obviously we found a guy that's got it going right now. And, it's, Bryce isn't being a pig out there. He's not going out and shooting the ball every time. He's making the right play. He's getting in the pocket. He's making the shake pass. He hit Sam on an exit where he curled it and got fouled, and we scored there. He's just making the right play. And, he's playing, arguably as well as anybody. Well, hell, he got the award for the best player in the country last week. So, but he's doing it without being selfish, and he's just making winning plays.
Braxton gave you some pretty good minutes, 7 minutes in that first half, and some free throws.
Yeah, sure did. He makes 3, and Connor misses a 1-1. I mean, listen. Believe it or not, we do work on free throws. I know, people they get on you about it when you're not making them and everything. I think it was 18 to 21 at the line today, and Connor, one of the best free throw shooters in the nation a year ago, missed one of those. I think Juwan missed a pair, but it was great to see Braxton get up there and knock down some shots and be aggressive in the paint when he got the ball down low. We're going to need him. We're going to need Braxton down low. We're going to need everybody. Kale gave us a couple good possessions out there. Aaron, got out there tonight. So, it's just a matter of when your name's called, go out there and make an impact. And I'm proud of Braxton for what he brought us today. Thanks, guys.
Open for questions for players?
We talk about it a lot, but when it comes just the intensity and the want to and the aggressiveness, was this kind of an embodiment of what this season turnaround has been, especially coming off the West Coast trip and maybe the fatigue that played into that?
Oh, you want me to answer it? All right, bet. But nah, I would just say it was a start from the Illinois game. We had to translate that on the road game. I feel like, last year we dropped a lot of road games for sure, 1-2 point deficit for sure. But I feel like, we had an urgency to get to, where we at now for sure. So we had to come back. We knew it was going to be kind of tough for sure, the time zone change, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we still got to play our basketball. That's what we did. The first half was kind of slow. Coach, got on our butt halftime for sure. But in the day, we can't keep having starts like that, especially with good teams for sure. But the second half start was the best thing we needed for sure. We had a spark for sure. So came on top and proud of the boys.
Smiling at him. Why? You're smiling at him. Why?
Juan's just my guy.
Oh my God.
How do you handle the last 3 minutes when you're taking a lot of shots and they know the ball's going to be in your hands a lot? How do you deal with what they throw at you and kind of being the guy in those last few minutes?
It's kind of tough, but it comes down to, trusting my teammates. When they know I'm going to shoot, they kind of load up. I've noticed that. But whoever's guys helping, I'm kind of just looking for them. Or, remaining unselfish. Some guys just have to take a shot and it'll be a bad shot, but I'm kind of looking for the best shot regardless if I'm taking it or if my teammate's taking it. But my teammates stay ready, they stay aggressive, and I have confidence in them, and that's what just helps us.
Hey, Andrew, Coach called your diving for the loose ball there to extend the possession, maybe the play of the game. When it comes to just those 50-50 balls and making those winning plays that might not show up on the stat sheet, how much did you guys kind of put an emphasis on that down the stretch in a game that was as physical like this one?
It was definitely something we talked about at halftime. We felt like we weren't winning the 50-50 balls, and coming out of the locker room, I felt like I was pretty fresh. I kind of sat most of the first half, so I was like, I can dive on the floor. I can sacrifice my body here in the second half too. So I really just wanted to get out there and make a play, and then obviously try and help the team in any way.
Juwan, how are you able to kind of impact the game that positively still with dealing with foul trouble in that first half and kind of come back in that second half and still be that productive?
Just not thinking about it. In the day, of course, I had 2 fouls in the first half of the day, and I still got to play basketball, still got to be a leader, so I couldn't go out there, play timid, stuff like that. So in the day, it is what it is. Fouls gonna be fouls. I can't do nothing about it. I can't reverse nothing like that. So I got 2 claps to keep moving for sure. So that's what I did. Stop looking at me, bro. It's weird. But nah, at the end of the day, that's just who I am. I'm gonna lead regardless. If I got 1 foul, 5 or 4, I can't go 5 because I'm gonna foul out. Ain't that right, B?
Zach. Hack, I don't know. He only likes to hack in the first 10 minutes of the game. He won't hack in the last 10 minutes, but he'll hack in the first 10 minutes and then sit. But no.
And Andrew, when Ohio State's making threes the way they were, just how important is it? How much pride do you take in winning on the glass and being the more physical team?
Obviously it was a big emphasis that we had as well. We knew that we boxed out and we played defense. We knew they were going to hit tough shots, but we knew they were going to miss some shots as well, and we needed to box out on almost all those shots to get the rebound and secure the possession because they're a really good offensive team. So obviously it was a big emphasis on cleaning the glass, and I thought we did a pretty good job.
Bryce, Fred mentioned Berke might be out a little bit with the sprain, but how big was he tonight with his 15 points and just the stuff he did for you guys?
Yeah, BK and his ability to space the floor, and also his ability to rebound. Every game, whether he gets double-digit rebounds or not, he's been all over the glass, and he's physical. And it's hard in this league when you're going against big, athletic, strong guys every night. But BK's toughness and like I said, his ability to stretch the floor really helps us and takes us to a different element.
If he does this time, how do you guys kind of rally to just replace everything that he brings to the table?
Next man up mentality, but we all have to just still band together. We didn't get this far doing it our own way or putting it all on one person's back. It's all of us together. Braxton's gonna have to step up. Anybody else who their number is called, they're gonna have to step up and play and be physical and buy into our system and do what we do, and that's gonna be defend for 40 minutes, get the 50-50 balls, and let our defense lead offense. So.
Bryce, the past 2 games, you guys have gone into halftime and had to make a lot of adjustments, trailing at that point of the game. How important of a trait is that for you guys to recognize where things need to be fixed and come out of the second half and like you did against Washington, like you did today, and be able to punch back right away?
It's not going to be easy all the time when you go into the halftime and you're down and you have to make adjustments because usually you didn't start off good. Usually you didn't shut their guys off. But it's good that we can, change up on the fly and learn. We use the first sometimes we use the first half to kind of learn. And then the second half we lock in. But it would be better if we just come out already locked in to our matchup, to our game plan and everything like that. But it just shows our versatility. It just shows our leadership. It just shows our leadership and our experience and our coaching.
All 3 of you guys are seniors, and you have 4 more games here. How much are you guys appreciating the atmosphere here at PBA and kind of soaking it in?
I'm still not trying to think about it, actually. It hurt every time I think about last year for sure. But I'm always gonna be grateful for the energy, the fan base, just everything Nebraska is bringing to the table at PBA for sure.
Just living in the moment.
There's no place like here, and it's I can't even think of the best way to explain it, but it's just been, I don't even want to think about it being my last.
Coach said yesterday you guys can't get fat and happy, but just
You do feel like there's just an uplifted kind of positivity from the last guy on the bench to you, just with this 4-game winning streak to some extent?
Just having fun. That's just what it is. I mean, we're not looking 2 games ahead. We're not looking at games far apart from playing right now. But in the day, we take every day as a time. We take every practice, head on. We take every game in front of us, the present moment at the time. We take that head on. But in the day, we just having fun. That's in the day. A lot of guys, this is our last go run, so we got to make the best of it, and that's what we're doing, laughing, enjoying the moment, enjoying everything. But in the day, we still got a business to take care of, which is go out there and get W's.
Anything else, players?
Who's winning the Super Bowl?
The Eagles. The Eagles. Jalen Hurts.